If you feel lost right now, before you try to fix it, just pause for a second. Because this feeling you're trying to escape from might actually be the beginning of everything. I know that might sound strange or maybe even a little frustrating if you're in the middle of it. But everyone I know who has built a life that feels truly theirs, not the life they were supposed to have, they all went through this period of feeling completely lost at first. And I don't think that's a coincidence. You know that feeling? Maybe you're in it right now. It's not exactly sadness. It's also not failure. It's something harder to name. It's like you wake up one day and you no longer recognize your own life. It's like going through your days: work, eat, sleep, repeat. And somewhere in the background, there's this quiet question asking, is this really it? Maybe from the outside, your life looks comfortable, maybe even great. You have a good job, a stable income, people around you who truly care about you. And somehow that makes it worse, because how do you explain that nothing is wrong, but something feels missing inside? Or maybe for some of you, things have fallen apart. A relationship ended. You lost someone who were truly dear to you. Or the career, the path you're walking no longer means anything to you. And now you're just standing there thinking, who am I without all of this? So you try to fix it, like most of us would do. You Google how to find your purpose at 2 a.m. in the morning. You just try to figure things out as soon as possible, or you tell yourself you just need a plan. But what if that is the one thing you don't need right now? Since I've been living in Japan, I've come across this concept called ma. So ma means the space between things. And I think that's a beautiful concept. Is that silence between notes, or that pause between each breath? You know, in many cultures, I think especially in Western culture, the emptiness feels uncomfortable, right? It's like something is missing or something needs to be filled. But in Ma, that empty space is where meaning lives. And I started to wonder, what if this feeling of being lost is actually that space? You're no longer who you used to be, but you're not quite who you're becoming yet. So you're in the middle, right? And that space in the middle, it can feel uncomfortable because we're not used to staying there. And no one feels comfortable about it. It's not just you. So our instinct is to rush, to find something new, to fill that void, that silence, and to replace uncertainty as quickly as possible. But when we do that, we often grab the next thing that feels safe, not the thing that's actually true. Because it's hard to hear yourself when you're constantly trying to escape the quiet. So what if instead of treating this as a problem to solve, you actually get curious about it? Because the truth I'm slowly learning is this: feeling lost is not the opposite of being found, it's actually the beginning of it. And I didn't understand this at all until it happened to me. For a long time, I tried to outrun this feeling. I stayed busy, I worked hard, even though deep down I knew the path I was on no longer served me, and I knew it wasn't the right path for me. But I was so good at it. And every time I achieved something, a recognition, a praise, or a raise, it felt like I was filling that deep emptiness inside, but only for a brief moment, because that empty feeling always came back, and each time stronger. Until one night, I just couldn't ignore it anymore. You know, there's a saying that you should listen to that quiet voice in you when it tries to whisper something to you. Because if you don't, one day it's going to scream at you. And that's what happened to me. It screamed at me. So I just couldn't ignore it. And that night I was exhausted, but I couldn't sleep. So instead of distracting myself like I usually did, I just sat there quietly observing what I was feeling. I let myself feel everything, and in that silence, something became very clear. I wasn't lost because my life had gone wrong, but I was lost because I'd been living a life that wasn't truly mine. From the outside, everything looked right, but inside, I knew something didn't align. And sitting there, not running away from that feeling, for the first time, something shifted. And slowly, not overnight, not in a straight line, I started fighting my way back to myself, to what actually mattered to me. So that feeling of being lost was the beginning of all of it. It was the most important moment that I almost ran away from. If you're feeling the pressure of needing to fix your life right now, try this instead. Think about the last time a friend was actually there for you. They was there to listen. They didn't interrupt. They didn't judge. They didn't try to give you any goodwill advice. They just let you speak, right? You probably felt a huge sense of relief just knowing they were there. Now think about how you've been treating yourself. Most of us, we do the opposite. We criticize ourselves, we panic, we give ourselves endless advice, we go down that rabbit hole deeper and deeper. But advice or judgment or criticism, that is not listening, right? And you can't fix your way out of feeling lost. So instead, just pause. Pause for a second. Find where that lost feeling is in your body. Maybe it is the heaviness, the tightness in your shoulders, or that hollow feeling in your stomach. Instead of trying to push it away, just sit with it. Don't try to turn it into a lesson or another life goal. Just be a friend to that feeling for a minute. Imagine you're just sitting next to yourself and say, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. Because maybe that's all we need in that moment. When you stop fighting how you feel, the panic drops. That fight or flight mode, it disappears. And in that quiet, you'll be able to finally hear your own voice again. It won't give you a 5-year plan. No one can give you a 5-year plan. But it will tell you the truth of what you actually need right now for yourself. You don't find your way by thinking harder. You find it by becoming that safe space for yourself to land. Feeling lost is not a sign that your life is going in the wrong direction. It might actually be the first honest moment you've had with yourself in a long time. So don't rush out of it. Just stay with it for a few moments. Get curious about it, because this feeling, as uncomfortable as it is, might actually be the very thing that brings you back home to yourself. So if this resonates with you, please like the video, leave some comments, tell me if you're in that in-between stage of your life, how do you feel? And consider subscribing if you want to watch more videos like this. It helps me keep doing what I'm doing. So as always, take care of your heart, be present, be kind, and I will see you in the next video.